So if you've seen the thumbnail, then you know what I'm going to be talking about in this video. If you haven't seen the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about voting in this video. Did you vote? Okay. Now, there was an election November the 6th. Okay, that was on Tuesday, 2 days ago. Okay, right now, today is November the 8th. It's Thursday. Okay. There was a lot of energy around this particular election. For what reason, I'm not too sure. Okay, and for those of you that, know me somewhat, I'm not really a guy that is highly interested in politics, okay? Politics, Poli-tricks, whatever they want to call it these days. But I'm not too highly interested in that. I believe, it's just another form of the matrix. It's just another aspect of the matrix, voting. Now you may believe different. Of course, I would love to hear from you. Love to hear your thoughts on that. How is it different? How is it not of the matrix? How is it not the matrix? I would love to discuss. But let me answer the question. Did I vote? Okay, I did vote in this past election, okay? Now, the reason why I did it was to get some insight, to get some insight for myself, to get some information on how the process works, on how things go, so I can say from a personal experience what I've done, what I've seen, okay? Now, as far as candidates and voting for certain candidates, voting for this party or that party, Democratic or Republican, none of that mattered to me. Why? Because I simply wrote in my name for whatever I could. Whether it was governor, whether it was whatever that was on the ballot. If there was a space that said write in, I wrote in my name, okay? Vote for me. I might make a video for that, campaigning sometime. Maybe I can become a politician, but I don't think that's where I want to be. But who knows? I can maybe do some things there. But back to the topic at hand. So, yeah, so I wrote in my name wherever I could. And for places that I didn't, I just simply didn't vote. Now, when it got to the actual ballot measures, that I did take seriously. And if you don't know what a local ballot measure is, I'll break it down for you because, I didn't really know the term myself either until I did some research on it. That's why I have this beautiful laptop in front of me. We're going to be doing some research. I'm going to be explaining and breaking down why I think voting is the matrix. Okay? So, a local ballot measure is simply just a question that is put on the ballot. So I said the ballot. Okay, not valid. Excuse me. Let me go back. A local ballot measure is simply a question that is put on the ballot for voters to approve or deny them, okay? Approve or reject them, okay? I got voters and ballot mixed up. That's where ballot came from, all right? So, back to the topic at hand. All right? Why do I think it's the matrix? Okay, why do I think voting is the matrix? Okay, I'll try to make this quick. Try to make this a quick video. Simply because there's a lot of, how can I say this? I guess I should just, come out and say, okay, there's a lot of dishonesty involved. Okay, I'll say that. There's a lot of dishonesty involved. Now, one of the main points that I wanted to bring up, okay, was the amount of corruption that we have in politics, okay? So, people are voting for this side. They say voting matters. And I say it actually doesn't matter because I feel like they all have the same agenda. No matter what party you're on, Democratic or Republican, they all have just one agenda. I feel like there's a silent oath that you take, or there's a silent understanding, an unspoken understanding that when you enter into this organization, then what we are sincerely and truly all about. Now, of course, you may have some people that say, well, not everybody's like that. You can't just generalize everybody. That's like saying all men lie or all women cheat. Okay, that's a fair statement to say, but I feel like, with politics, it's a system. Okay, it's a system, and you have to look at that system. People say, well, the voters have the power. Not necessarily. Okay, I feel like the system, those selected few that are in Congress are actually the ones that have the power to do certain things, as far as laws, as far as things being on the ballot, so on and so forth. So things can get very intricate, if you will. All right, so let me look up some things here. Okay, list of, and right now, so what I'm looking up is list of politicians that have embezzled money. Okay, just to show you all why I think this is the Matrix. All right, so we have a list here. So we have right now, I'm going to be switching back and forth I'm going to be switching back and forth from the laptop view to the view that I have right here set up, the camera view. All right. So right here, this November is the Wikipedia Asian month. I just have to say that because it's up there. But list of American federal politicians convicted of crimes. Okay, convicted of crimes. They have this long list. Okay, this list goes from. Let's see how long this list is. Okay, how far back does it go? Okay, it goes back from 1777. Okay, that's the first year that I see, as far as I can see on Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, you can argue, well, that may be a false source, that may be corrupt information, and I'd say, well, you have a point there. However, what information is or isn't corrupted, for that matter. Okay, so 1777. Just going off of just going off of what I see here. All right, just going off of what I see. 1777. You got Aaron Burr was arrested in 1805 following Alexander Hamilton's death, resulting from the duel Burr initiated. Okay, the charges were eventually dropped. Okay, Matthew Lyon. Okay, first congressman to be recommended for censure after spitting on Roger. Okay, separately found guilty on violating Alien and Sedation Acts and sentenced to 4 months in jail, during which time he was reelected. Okay, so that's back in 1798 that happened. Okay, we go down the list. 1901. You have Henry B. Castle. Let's speed it up. 1945, 1961, 1970s. Okay, 1980s. And I could let's just. Well, I don't even want to name some of the presidents that were there, because the presidents may not have been involved in the corruption, but we can look up to today. Okay, you have General Michael Flynn, who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI. You have General David Pietrus. Okay, a federal judge sentenced Pietrus to 2 years probation for providing classified information to someone. Okay, you have Anthony Weiner, who was convicted of sending sexually explicit photos of himself to a 15-year-old girl. Let's go to the money laundering. Okay, let's go to the money laundering. Let's see here. Okay, William J. Jefferson. Okay, William J. Jefferson was charged after the FBI seized $90,000 in cash. Okay, they seized $90,000 in cash from his home freezer. He was reelected to the House in 2006. So after they found the $90,000 in cash, he was reelected to Congress, but he lost in 2008. He was convicted 2009 on 11 accounts of bribery and sentenced to 13 years in prison. Now, you look at this list, the list goes on and on and on. I found this list on Wikipedia of just politicians. What is the actual title of the list? List of American federal politicians convicted of crimes. Okay, so as you can see from the list, that's why I believe, voting, politics, Poli-tricks in general is just a part of the matrix. That's just one reason. Okay, you look at the long list of corruption that goes on. It seems like, okay, we know that this is going to happen. Like even like the people that are outside of this, you see this continuing to go on, but nothing is really being done. Like people are still continuing to do corrupt acts. So that's where my debacle is, as far as, what's really the point of politics? If we're continuously seeing the corruption and nothing's really being done as far as to stop the corruption, because it continues to go on from 1777 all the way to 2018, it's still going on. What's really stopping the corruption? Okay, that's one aspect of it. Now, we're going to go back to the actual ballot of November 6th, 2018, okay? I did not see this on the ballot that I was voting on. However, I'm looking on Ballotpedia, okay? To my knowledge, this is a reliable source, okay? You could do some research for yourself and see if it's a reliable source or not. But using this as a reference here, looking up the ballot measures, looking up what was on the ballot, people, okay? This is what I see on the ballot. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. This is why I say, is this really is this a joke? Is this not a joke? Is this serious? All right. I just want you to take a look real quick. Okay. Chicago plastic straws ban. Okay. I'm taking a second here to pause, to really let that soak in, to really let that sink in. Chicago plastic straws ban. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what's going on there. Okay, let's see what that's all about. Cannot make this up, people. This was on the ballot. Plastic straws. Okay. So let's see what the actual ballot question is. And here it is. Okay. The actual ballot question is this. Okay. The ballot question was as follows: Should the city of Chicago ban the use of plastic straws within the corporate city limits? Okay, did you just read what I read? Should the city of Chicago ban the use of plastic straws within the corporate city limits? Like, are we serious here? What are we doing? Are we really voting on that? That's why I say it's all a game. Well, I don't say that, but Kanye said it in the song. All of you are Mario, it's all a game. And I really concur with that statement. It's really all a game. And to make matters worse, people, to make matters worse, the results were 55% yes, 44% no. So let me break that down as far as what that means. A vote yes was a vote in favor of advising the city to ban the use of plastic straws within city limits. That means 55% of the precincts voting on that issue, 55% of the people, okay, voted yes, we should ban the use of plastic straws within city limits. You gotta be kidding me. Like that's definitely one of the reasons why I think it's all a game. Like it's not serious. You mean to tell me I'm supposed to take something like that serious? People are voting on whether or not to ban the use of plastic straws. If you're banning the use of plastic straws, why make plastic straws in the first place? Okay, to me it just doesn't make sense. But we'll love to hear what you think, your rebuttals, your responses. Baffling. I mean, out of all the things that could have been on the ballot, that was on the ballot. Okay. I'm going to wrap this video up just to let you all know what else is on the ballot. Okay, so you got Chicago plastic straws, Chicago property tax exemption, Chicago marijuana revenue, Cook County minimum wage, Cook County earned sick time, Cook County firearms, mayoral term limits, and consumer advocate measure. Now, I know this is a boring topic, okay? I know it's a boring topic, but I'm trying to just get people to see things from a different angle. Get people to see things from a different perspective, so that way we can maybe operate in a different way versus, you know, what we have been doing to see the change that we want to see. So I'm just trying to ignite some candles out there, you know, set a spark to the flames out there. Just open up some minds, get some conversation going, get some discussion going, build a community of, you know, thinkers, doers, and actually make a change, make something happen, you know, or just maybe let's just shine the light on certain things that are going on. So with that being said, I want to thank you for watching, and I'm sending positive vibes your way.